cherryvillenewyourshooters.com. It's our pleasure, again, it has been for several years, to have some of the Cherryville New Year shooters with us. Now, this is not the entire group. We couldn't fit them all in the parking lot or the radio station, but we're inside for part of this because of the rain and thunderstorm this morning. We're going to talk to Rusty Wise here in just a moment, and then we've got probably a dozen or so shooters, maybe 8 or 10 shooters here today, Rusty, and we're going to shoot in a thunderstorm.
Yeah, this is a little unique. We normally don't shoot in thunderstorms, but we were talking to some of the older members, and I think we shot in a snow thunderstorm a few years back. So,
okay, well, now when the guns start firing, people are really going to think the thunderstorm has hit here in just a minute.
Yeah, there you go. But no, we shoot in rain, sleet, snow, and when we schedule something, we shoot it. And it makes it a little difficult with the weather and the black powder. And rain and black powder don't mix. But,
absolutely.
But we do the best we can.
Yeah, appreciate you guys coming out a little early. You really don't start until, midnight tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night we start at midnight at Black's Grill. Mm-hmm. We shoot 50 stops, and then we'll end at Rudisville Stadium at 6:30.
Okay. All right. Well, I know your guys are anxious to get started, and it always starts with the traditional New Year's chant.
Yeah.
Explain a little bit about what that is for
Well,
folks.
The chant is a little part sermon, a little part hymn. It's been around for a couple hundred years. I think if you read the chant, part of it is a hymn, actually a Christian hymn. Mm-hmm. We did a little research on that. So it has a deep history.
Okay.
The Mumber shot for George Washington up in Philadelphia, first capital. And I think America needs traditions like this.
Sure.
We need to keep our history and our roots, and this is just one of the many traditions that can really help our country move forward and continue to move forward like it should.
All right. I'll turn it up.
One public service announcement I'd like to make, since it has rained so much, we've had, 8-10 inches of rain, I wish all the shooters and all the spectators, if you would, watch pulling off the side of the road.
Yeah.
Because it is really wet out there. Mm-hmm. And we do not want to tear up the right-of-ways and the ditches and people's yards. So all we ask is that you be respectful and do not completely pull off the road. So we're going to have some traffic issues maybe this year because we cannot pull completely off the road.
Yeah.
I mean, the ground cannot hold any more water.
That's exactly right. The good news is tomorrow night should be hopefully rain-free, but it's the damage is, the saturated ground's already there. It's not going to go away by tomorrow night, but only a slight chance of rain tomorrow evening, so that should be good for you guys.
Yeah. It's I think the weather's going to be okay for us, but it's just going to be sloppy wet.
Right. So you start, most everybody knows, but you start at midnight. Your group starts at Black's Grill, and you'll go around all throughout the night, early wee hours of the morning into New Year's Day around the Cherryville area.
Yes, if you look at our route, we shoot 3 or 4 stops inside the city limits, and then about 1:30 we actually go up towards Northbrook, and we shoot up in Northbrook, Vailcat Square area, and we don't actually come back into Cherryville till around 7:30 in the morning.
Okay.
So that's been intentional, and we've done that for many years. We get away from the metropolitan areas, Cherryville, and then we come back that morning.
Okay. Very good. Very good. Well, the New Year's shooters, everybody around here who grew up around here, you know a little bit about them. A lot of folks moving into the area that are surprised by what's going on, and it's a tradition hundreds of years old that was brought into this country. You can tell more about that than I. You can be more accurate description than I can give.
Well, it's a cultural mix of a lot of different generations of German, Bohemian. Most of the settlers came in from Europe into Pennsylvania, and then most of the land grants that you see given in this area, which was called Trine, which was, hundreds of square mile area, was given land grants by the King of England, and a lot of those settlers were German and Pennsylvanians that came down this way. So it's kind of went from German area, Europe to Pennsylvania, and then it comes down into the Cherryville area. And I think the reason the Cherryville area has kept it because we are still rural. You can't take this event and put it in the middle of Charlotte or middle of New York. So that's one of the reasons that the tradition is still alive is we shoot in rural areas because it's loud, it disturbs pets and animals, and what we do is very loud. So our group, we choose just to shoot on New Year's Day, and then this is the only other event that we do as far as a pre-shoot because it is disturbing animals. We understand that.
Okay. And well, I guess we'll get started here. You're going to do the chant this year, and
yes, I normally do
how's
not
Boozy?
do the chant, and Boozy's a little under the weather. He said he couldn't come, and so I'm going to do my best with it. So bear with me. It could go good, it could go bad, but I'll try my best with
all
it.
right.
So
I'm going to turn it over to you, Rusty Wise.
thank you very much, and I'll have Brownie Sis call me out. Where is Brownie?
Right here, sir. Hello, WCSL!
Good morning to you, sir. We wish you a happy new year, great health, long life, which God may bestow. So long as you stay here below, may He bestow the house you're in, where you go out and you go in. Times by moments steals away, first the hour and then the day. Small the lost days may appear, but they soon mount up to a year. Thus another year is gone, and now it's no more of our own. But if it brings our promises good, as the year before the flood, but let none of us forget, it has left us much in debt. A favor for the Lord received, since our spirits have been grieved, marked by the unerring hand. Thus in our book our record stands. Who can tell the vast amounts placed to each of our accounts? But while you owe the debt is large, you may plead a full discharge. But poor and selfish sinners say, what can you to justice pay? Trembling last, for life is past, and into prison you may be cast. Happy is the believing soul, Christ to you has paid the whole. We have this New Year's morning called you by your name, and disturb you from your rest. But we hope no harm by the same, as we ask and tell us your desires. And if it be your desire, our guns and pistols they shall fire. Since we hear of no defiance, you shall hear the art of science. When we pull trigger and powder burns, you shall hear the roaring of our guns. O daughters of righteousness, we will rise and warm our eyes, and bless our hearts for the old year's gone and the new year's come. And for good luck, we'll fire guns.
All right, Rusty, good job. Good job there. We hear the shooters. We're actually inside. The shooters, of course, are outside. And you can hear this on the radio or catch it on ktcbroadcasting.com later on. We're recording this, and you can watch it later on ktcbroadcasting.com. or YouTube. Got some ladies and gentlemen here, and young kids too, Rusty.
Oh yeah, we have a mix. We have ladies that's been shooting for us for probably 40, 50 years, since the 60s. We have a culture mix. We have some African Americans that shoot with us. We have a variety of people that shoot.
Right.
So we do not discriminate.
There you go. I want to talk to you when they're done there about a little bit about your organization. You have a website. You have a club that meets. You have dues that are paid and so forth.
Oh yeah.
You're a pretty closely governed entity there.
Well, we try to be. You know, we as the political correct world is, you have to be organized and do the right thing. We have a Facebook page, a Twitter page. Mm-hmm. We have a website.
Yeah.
And one thing that we're intimate with this year, implementing, is no smoking while we're on host property.
Okay.
And, we've had some issues in the past, so there will be no smoking while on host property this year. Might take us a few years to get the word out, but we've had some instances where people are shooting, and a spectator will have a cigarette or cigar, and it causes issues.
Okay.
With loaded guns. So
Right.
That's a new
That's a lot of-
policy.
lot of gunpowder.
And everybody understands. So.
Yeah. How many will be traveling around with your group?
Last year we signed up 437. We keep around 150 to 200 shooters shooting most of the time.
Okay.
And the shooters rotate in and out. Some of them come at daylight, and there's a couple hundred that rotate in and out. So
That gunpowder smell is drifting into the building here. I guess you get used to that after a little bit.
Shooting in low pressure, which is what we're in now, low pressure, is the smoke really settles, and sometimes you can't hardly see 10 feet in front of your face.
Oh, yeah. Ideal conditions are what? Clear and cool?
Yeah, if you'll notice, when it's damp and cool, the sound doesn't travel as far. But when it's real cold and crisp and high pressure, it really travels for miles and miles.
Yeah.
So it could be good, could be bad, depends on how you look at
How
it.
you look at it. Exactly right. All right. Well, if folks want to follow you around, of course, gather around Black's Grill at midnight and do your best to keep up and stay awake.
Yeah. This tradition's been going on for many years, and it says to ward off witches and spirits and that sort of thing, and bless the crops. But I've never seen a ghost or a entity on New Year's, so I guess we're doing something.
Doing
right.
something right. Doing something right. Absolutely. Again, just a small sampling of the amount of shooters that will be traveling around New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, but we appreciate you guys coming out in this awful weather, and there we go. A double volley there.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you about the guns. The guns are some of these guns. How far back do these guns date? And probably handed down through families.
Well, some of the guys and ladies still shoot originals, which are 1861 models. I mean, late 1800s. So most of the guns are Civil War era because of percussion caps. Very little flintlock guns. But most of them are percussion caps.
Okay.
Late 1800s. Most of them are reproduction guns.
I see.
And it's getting harder and harder to find muskets now.
Yeah.
There's only several companies that make muskets now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Because really only reenactors or New Year shooters really need a Civil War type
And
gun.
when you say the word New Year's shooters, and only a very few people outside of this area even know what you're talking about, I imagine. Is this done anywhere else in the country that you know of? I know there's some groups, maybe other than Cherryville, that maybe.
Not that I know of. Now, Hal Strapp's son, he has a little group up in the mountains, up in Franklin, I think. They go around. But we do not have any organized groups like us in the country that I know of.
Okay.
Even overseas, I don't know if they have any type of organized shooting like we do.
Yeah. Well, it's quite a wonderful. Well, there we go again. It's quite a wonderful tradition that has just been carried on down through the generations here in Cherryville, and you even have a statue down at the historic park near the community building, I believe. Is that where the statue is located?
Yes, downtown Cherryville, there's a statue there. We did a fun drive. I don't know, it might have been 10, 15 years ago, or maybe a little longer than that, a fun drive, and got the statue erected. And it's a very nice statue, well lit. It's a part of history of Cherryville. Very nice statue. And I guess the spectators, if you really want to see a good shot, on New Year's Day evening at 6:30, we'll be at the stadium.
Oh, Yeah.
And that's a good shot. It's safe for the spectators. It's well lit, so you can catch us there at 6:30.
Is that your group and the other group?
No, it's just our
Or is this your
group.
group?
Yeah, now we have a lot of the other members join our group just to shoot at the stadium.
At the stadium,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So we allow that. And,
All right.
we may have about 50 of their members shoot with us too, on and off.
All right.
You know.
Are we?
No, they're still
there's still
shooting.
some
Yeah.
to go yet. Oh yeah, okay.
Is that it?
That's the last couple there.
No,
All right.
we have some dedicated shooters. I mean,
know,
they'll
yeah.
shoot if there's a time to shoot. They want to shoot. So
Okay.
we've got some dedicated shooters.
Well,
One more.
all right.
Got one
more
more.
to go. Okay.
Now, see, I can't even see the road out there now.
It's getting pretty smoky with the gunpowder. There we go. All right. Well, very good, very good. So, young and old, everybody takes part in some way, shape, or form with the New Year's shooters, whether traveling around and watching or participating.
I'd like to recognize Charles Sis there. He's our official greeter. He calls all the hosts out.
Mm-hmm.
And Charles, how many years have you been going?
This year will be 68.
68 years.
68 years.
And to my knowledge, he's probably been going about longer than anyone, haven't you?
Well, he and Boozy and I have been going.
Yeah, Boozy and Charles been going about the longest shooters. Yeah.
Started when he was 2.
I was 10 years old.
10 years
Yeah.
old.
Well, I wasn't far off. Yeah, so.
So you're 78. You just told your age.
I'll be 78 next year.
Okay. All right. Well, gang, appreciate everybody coming. I know it's the weather ain't been so great, and our facility here a little crowded.
Hey,
but
it's
we
worked
tried
out
to,
good. I kind of like this.
Yeah. Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
it worked out
We
good.
appreciate y'all coming out. Have a great shoot this New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, and good luck to everybody. Be safe and have a happy New Year.
We appreciate it. Hope everyone out in Radio Land listening has a happy new year. And we'll be going for about 18 and a half straight hours. And happy new year, and God bless America.
All right, let me see. Evan, did we get this recorded for YouTube and KTC.com?
Yes.
Okay, Evan says we are recorded, so if you want to go back and watch later on, go to ktcbroadcasting.com or check us out on YouTube. What is it? Is it YouTube/KTC? How is it, Evan?
That or what's up, Sean?
Yeah.
Okay, YouTube, search either one, KTC Broadcasting or What's Up Shopper on YouTube. All right, Kevin and Evan, thank you guys.
Thank you for having us.
Rusty
Thank you for
Wise and all the
KTC
crew,
Broadcasting.
appreciate you coming in. All right, Evan, we'll send it back to you in the studio.